said before and I continue to say, everything is energy. Everything that is showing up in your life right now is energy. Everything that is showing up in any area of your life, it is a form of energy. It can seem so solid, but actually it's not. And as you start to emanate or allow the love, the divine love, which is, unconditional love, which is the highest vibration available to flow freely through you, you start to see that your life, your physical reality, has no choice but to change, has no choice but to become what you've envisioned, what you've seen as your vision inside of you. Because remember, you're planting those seeds within you. Imagine you with that kind of laser beamed focus on the desires of your heart. That's it. But the problem is, when you're caught up in the battlefield, it isn't focused forward. That beam isn't focused forward. It's like it's spread all over the place. And so it weakens your ability to create the life that you desire. It weakens you considerably because your focus is everywhere, all over the place, spread around. And we want to get you back to that place where there's just, the love, the divine love flows through you and there's nothing in its way. So these emotional states, there's 4 particular ones that I'm going to be looking at. And the first of which is unforgiveness, anger, frustration, depression, which ultimately is just anger turned inwards, resentment, which is anger no longer red hot, but just continually there, under the surface, causing you to stay at a lower level. Now, I do want to emphasize something here, that anger can be a very positive thing. It can propel you out of an unhelpful situation. We see people getting angry. I'm not going to, and I know for me, that was definitely something that propelled me out of living a life that was beneath me. It was getting to that place of knowing no more. And it was an anger. What is happening? This can no longer be my life. And so there's something about that kind of anger that propels you forward. And sometimes as spiritual people, there's a tendency to try and remove all anger. Now, of course, you don't have to use anger to move all the time, but sometimes it's getting to that place of, that finally propels you forward. And it's almost like the masculine side of you. It's finally like, no more. And so that part can be good. Get you out of a horrid situation. Great. But the problem is, because I was thinking of this in terms of there's a story that I grew up reading of a guy called Samson, who, there's a whole long story around him, but his final action, basically, after going through and doing all kinds of crazy stuff, his final action is when with anger, he kills all his enemies, but also manages to kill himself in the process. And so that's the thing, that sometimes using anger all of the time it can get you away from the things that you don't want anymore, but it can also destroy you. It's time to reconcile that stuff within you, to start to notice when you get triggered, get angry when you know you're overreacting, you're feeling victimized. It might mean that you need to set some boundaries around people in your life. And we talk about this there's the No More Anger program as well, where it's within the library. If you know, because it keeps you at a low level, it distributes your laser focus. That beam that could be really powerful in creating the life that you desire is suddenly split up all over the place with all this anger. I always imagine these things as the beam of love trying to flow through you to bring to you all the things that you desire, but then inside of you there's all of these little lumps of energy blocking the way. This isn't about you starting to judge yourself because you see these areas showing up in your life. No, it's just, again, an awareness that work needs to be done in order to heal from these things so that you do achieve the things that you desire in your life. You deserve the best. And you are the authority over what emotions you dwell upon.